All right, what's up everybody? So I'm going to show you guys the 4 boards that I'll be using this summer, and we'll start off with the one that I want to use the most, but I really haven't because I got so used to shape decks that I'm trying to come back to an 8.5. But this right here, this is an 8.5 flight deck, and the wheelbase is 14.378 or 375, something like that. So it's a hair over 14.25, and I'm using Spitfires on it. Got Thunder titaniums, Spitfire 52 millimeter. These are the conical fools. These are the classic design. So I got this nice little sticker that I put in front right here, gripped it real easy so I know front to back. The nose is a little bit longer than the tail, and I want to get right back into using 8.5s just because they're lighter. I have a bigger nose and I want to hit some nose slides. I want to be able to slide on my nose, slide on my deck. I did get back into rails, so I added rails on here, and I was a little nervous at first on putting these on because I was afraid because of the 5-ply that it was going to go right through. But if you get the old school Santa Cruz or even the rib bones, these screws right here will not drill all the way through. Also, Little John's, they make really good rails that you'll see coming up that will not drill all the way through. So I mean, that's just to take note. This is the board that I built more recent, and I use this mainly for bowls and at the park. So this board is a lot heavier than the other boards, but the positive is I have the 58 millimeter Spitfire full conicals. Everything's 99A. I got my Tyshawn 151s on here. Did my grip tape job. Look at that grip tape job. So that's my grip job. Got Mob Clear. This is Mob Clear Purple, Mob Red, and then this is Jessup Skate Mafia grip that I kind of, just to give it some nostalgia, I added the stickers up in there so you can see the Spitfire, the little bones writing there. Got the Santa Cruz logo going along with the Santa Cruz. I'm also using the slides. So these are the Santa Cruz slide rails, and I don't have to worry about drilling all the way through because this is quite a thick deck. So got Shorty's hardware on there, and this one feels really good in the bowls. I can get right up on the coping on these wheels right here because they're so big and 58 millimeter, and I just love them. So all 3 of these decks right here have conical fools. Here's some 52 millimeters. This is the deck I've been using the most. If you're not familiar with this is the Christopher Height deck. Love this graphic. Here's an example of some Little Johns that I put on here so they don't drill all the way through the screws. Plus they come with like a double-sided tape that you can do it. I also bought myself some double-sided tape just to help to position how I'm doing the rails. I got my 151s on here. As you can see, they fit really, really good. The nose is a 5.5, just like the board I showed you, the Santa Cruz Meek board that I showed you, the Slasher, has the same type of nose, so it gave me the same feel. I really, really, really love this board. It's really, really taught me a lot. This is my all-around board. This is my go-to board. It feels the most comfortable. I can get in the bowls. I could do some ground tricks on here, and I can actually get up on some curbs with it. And last but not least, I just recently built this board. So I had this long board sitting around in the garage because it was my daughter's. She's not using it. So I took off the wheels that I had on there, and I added the Dragon 60 millimeter 88A wheels on here. So I've been kind of cruising this one around all day today and yesterday because it's recently been put up, and I noticed that I need a front end and a back end to go to. So I found some stuff online that you kind of like, it's kind of like a bumper that goes over here, and then I'm going to grip this back part up because I'm just so used to having my foot on the tail, and I can turn with this board by putting my foot on here. So when I have my foot on here, I have my foot in the back, I can turn, but I want some more reassurance when I do that. Also with the 88A, they're a lot harder than the 78As that I noticed that the longboards have, or other longboards have. And I can actually slide on these when I'm going fast. I can do this pivot slide. So this board should be a lot of fun during the summer, just especially when I take my dog on walks. And these are all 4 of my boards I'm going to be using this summer. Thank you guys. Subscribe, like, comment. Let me know some of your guys' setups this summer and what you're going to be using. And I'll show you guys a little test run with these. Okay, so here's my Christopher height board. This one's just the go-to. It feels real comfortable as soon as I get on any type of coping to drop in. Next is my slasher. This is the Meek slasher. If you're not familiar with Keith Meek, this guy was a surfer in Santa Cruz, and this board pretty much came designed from a surfboard. It's got a really long wheelbase at 15.4, so it feels real comfortable as soon as you step on it. As soon as you drop in, you already feel like you're going to be a lot more sturdier than any of the other boards. Also with the big wheels, and I got a what is it, a quarter inch riser for the 58 millimeters, so I don't really have to worry about any kind of wheel bite. Gets right up on those coping, right up on that coping with this. It's like no hesitation at all. It just rides right up on the coping. I think because of the weight and everything with the Swiss bearings, the big wheels, you're automatically getting enough speed where you can get up on that coping. And right here, this is the one that I really want to get used to the most. This is that 15.5 flight deck. Feels real, I don't feel as comfortable dropping in on it, but I do feel kind of decent in the street a little bit. I did tighten up the trucks though. That helps out a lot. And last but not least, longboard. So I'm having a lot of problems dropping in on this longboard. Like I'm not really good at it yet, but you know, always try to give it a try. No, I'm kidding. I do not drop in on this longboard. So I don't know how nervous you guys were, but there's no way I'm dropping in on this longboard. Take it to the street. So it's a real easy cruise ride. Probably should loosen up the trucks a little bit, but trying to get used to turning. This longboard's a lot of fun. A lot of fun with this longboard. So I don't ever take my slasher onto the street, kind of saving that just for park use. but this one's my favorite board all around. This is the Christopher Height board. Feels really good, really low to the ground, really comfortable. Spitfire, baby. Okay, so I'm gonna take my flight deck out to the street. I'm gonna try to launch off that kicker a little bit, coming back in. So this board feels really, really good. And I stuck reds in bearings just because they're not as fast as Swiss. I didn't want too much speed starting off, but now I'm kind of regretting it. Probably put some Jamie Foy Raws on it just because I miss that sound. Like you can't hear the wheels at all. And I really, really miss that sound of the bearings, you know, rolling around in the street. But this board, I'm gonna be using this board mainly in the street. Just because it's lighter and it has that nose. I really, really, really want to start nose stalling and then using my nose to slide. I know this is the board to do it. The whole Powell team is just, we're so livid on these flight decks. And it took me a while to see the reason why, but it's actually the concave. There's this K26 concave that's on here that really, really, really molds to your feet. And when they start doing that with the wood decks, oh man, I'm gonna be all over those wood decks because they're just gonna feel really, really, really good. I'm gonna go right back to my Chris Height board. I'm gonna drop in, take to the street, come back, and get a little, take flight a little bit off that kicker. There's just so much room on this board. Like if you're a beginner skater or you're used to shape decks, I highly recommend grabbing this Chris Height board. Just the confidence and pushing and the speed that I can get on this board feels so good. And it has a lot to do with these Thunder trucks, in my opinion. The Thunder trucks give you just a little bit more of a wheelbase. This is a 14.65, so with these Thunder trucks, it's probably more like a 14.75. I'm coming off of Ace trucks, which were really, really squirrely, and doing that and coming on to Thunder trucks and feeling that delayed response that actually just turns real quick after a delay feels really nice, feels really natural now. At first, it didn't feel as natural, but you really get used to it. And I haven't tried any Grind King trucks yet, but like I can't wait to try some Grind Kings. What are they? The Grind Kings lockers, or the lock-ins, or the lockers. Like everybody on YouTube basically has them, except for me. And Jason Dagner, he does like a really in-depth view of the lockers. And I know that Dan Corrigan, who, if you type in skateboarding, you're automatically going to get some Dan Corrigan in your life. Him and the Powell team, And they're the ones that turned me on to these flight decks instantly. Watching those guys skate every day. I mean, he posts every day. I mean, you can't help but wonder, why are they skating flight decks? And I see why now. But in my opinion, it has everything to do with this concave. So as soon as Dan Corrigan gets that board out, he has his own board coming out. It's supposed to have, I think, a 13.88 wheelbase or 13.9, but it's smaller than a 14-inch wheelbase. It's going to be 14.5. It's going to be an 8.5 deck. And he's supposed to have this big shovel nose in the front for no slides. So I'm definitely going to pick up that board as soon as it becomes available. Thank you guys again. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys are skating. Let me know your opinions on all my setups. Do you like Spitfires? Are you against Spitfires? Do you like Little John's rails, Santa Cruz rails? Have you tried this concave? Have you tried flight decks? Have you tried this board yet? Highly recommend, especially if you like those old school decks, those shaped decks. This is going to be such a wonderful gift in your life. Thank you guys.